Hi, hello, how are you all? Welcome to my channel Law Made Simple with me Vidya Reddy. Today, in the topic of human rights, let us learn about the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. When they have enumerated these human rights and which states have been declared and what are those rights. Universal Declaration of Human Rights was adopted and proclaimed by the General Assembly of United Nations on 10th December 1948. There are various provisions on these human rights declared by this Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is also abbreviated as UDHR. So, we have certain provisions involved in this. The declaration has a preamble and 30 articles, which is further divided into general articles, civil and political rights, economic, social and cultural rights, and concluding articles. So, the general articles include Article 1 and 2. Civil and political rights include Articles 2 to 21, whereas the economic, social and cultural rights include Articles 22 to 28, and the remaining two articles, Article 29 and 30, are the concluding articles. In general articles, we have Articles 1 and 2. They lay down the provisions pertaining to spirit of brotherhood and impartial treatment. So, the spirit of brotherhood is embodied in Article 1, which declares that all the human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights, and they are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhoodness. So, in the Article 1 declares about the spirit of brotherhoodness. Coming to Article 2. This ensures that there is no discrimination on the ground of race, color, sex, language, religion. And according to this article, everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms set forth in the declaration without any distinctions like race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national and social original property, birth or other status. So, this Article 2 gives us that there should be no distinction on the basis of this political jurisdiction or international status of the country to which a person belongs. So, finally, Article 2 gives us there should be no discrimination on the ground of race, color, sex, language and religion. Coming to the civil and political rights, we have 20 articles in this, out of which Article 3, right to life. So, everyone has the right to life, liberty and security of a person. Coming to Article 4, which is the abolition of slavery. Here, no one shall be held in slavery or servitude or to be a slave trade, and all these forms are prohibited. Article 5 says that there is an abolition of torture. No one shall be subjected to torture, to cruelty, inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment. Article 6 is the right to recognition. Everyone has the right to recognize everywhere as a person before law. Article 7 says that equality before law. We have studied in fundamental rights where they have Article 14, which is equality before law in the Indian Constitution, and similarly we have in the Universal Declaration also equality before law under Article 7. So, all are equal before law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. All are entitled to equal protection against any discrimination in violation of this declaration and against any incitement to such discrimination. Coming to Article 8, right to remedy. Here, everyone has the right to effective remedy by the competent national tribunals for acting violating the fundamental rights granted by him by the Constitution or the law. So, if any infringement of his rights, he has got the right to remedy under Article 8. Coming to Article 9, no arbitrary arrest. So, nobody shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention or exile. Article 10 says that right to fair hearing. Everyone is entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal in the determination of his rights and obligations and of any criminal charge against him. So we have already studied this kind of right to fair hearing under audi alteram partem. Let the other party also to be heard. Coming to Article 11, presumption of innocence. So everyone charged with a penal offence has the right to be presumed innocent until proved guilty. So according to law, in a public trial, if he has got all the guarantees necessary for his defence, he can be innocent until proven guilty. Coming to right to privacy under Article 12. So nobody will be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home or correspondence, not to attack upon his honor and reputation. Everyone has the right to protection of the law against such interference or attacks. So this is another right. Right to freedom of movement comes under Article 13. Everyone has the right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of the state. He has the right to leave the country at any time and of his own or return to his country or move to another country. So this is the right to freedom of movement. Coming to right to asylum. Everyone has got right to seek and enjoy in another country asylum for persecution. The right has not been invoked in the case of persecutions generally arising from non-political crimes or from the acts contrary to the purposes and principles of the United Nations. So, under Article 14, the Universal Declaration says that the right to asylum is also another right to be protected from its own country in another country. Right to nationality comes under Article 15. Everyone has the right to nationality. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his nationality or deny any right to change his nationality. So any person has the right to change his nationality at any time. He cannot be denied that he should not be changing his nationality. Coming to Article 16, right to marriage. When and women of full age without any limitation due to race, nationality or religion have the right to marry and to find a family. They have got equal rights as to marriage, during the marriage and during the dissolution of the marriage. So marriage should be entered into only with the free and full consent of the intending parties. The family is the national and fundamental group unity of the society, so he is entitled to protection by the society and also by the state. Article 17 gives a person the right to own a property, either on his own or in association with others, like the joint property. So no one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his property. Article 18 gives the freedom of thought, conscience and religion. Everybody has the right to freedom of thought, conscience and religion, and this includes freedom to change his religion or belief and freedom either alone or in community with others and in public or private to manifest his religion or belief in teaching, practice, worship and other things. Coming to Article 19. Similar to Article 19(1)(a) of the Fundamental Rights of Indian Constitution, the right to freedom of opinion and expression is observed under Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Everyone has got the right to freedom of opinion and expression to seek, receive and impart information and ideas through any media and any communication. Coming to right to assembly and association, Article 20, we have the same kind in under Article 19(1)(g) of the Indian Constitution Fundamental Rights. Everyone has the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association, and no one may be compelled to belong to any association also. Coming to Article 21, it gives the right to take part in the government. Everyone has got the right to take part in the government of his country either directly or through freely chosen representative, because he has got the universal adult franchise to vote the government. The will of the people shall be on the basis of the authority of the government. So these are all the civil and the political rights. Coming to economic, social and cultural rights. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights deal not only with civil and political rights, it also deals with economic, social and cultural rights, which are embedded under Articles 23 to 28. So coming to Article 22. Article 22 gives the right to social security. What is the social security? Everyone has because he is a member of the society, he has the right to social security and is entitled to realization through national effort and international cooperation and in accordance with the organization and resources of each state. Coming to right to work, Article 23. Everyone has the right to work, to free choice of employment, to just and favorable conditions of work and protection against unemployment. Everyone, without any discrimination, has the right to equal pay for equal work. Everyone who works for right and favorable remuneration, ensuring for himself and his family and existing worthy of human dignity and supplemented, if necessary, by other means of social protection. Everyone has got that freedom to join trade unions for the protection of interests. Coming to right to rest and leisure under Article 24. Everyone has got that right to leisure and rest, including reasonable limitation of working hours and periodic holidays with pay, which we have studied under labor law. Coming to right to standard of living. Article 25 gives this right to standard of living for adequate health and well-being of himself and his family. If there is any disability, sickness, unemployment, widowhood, old age, all these social security provisions will involve in right to standard of living. Right to education. Article 28 gives everybody to right to education. Education shall be free, at least in the elementary and fundamental stages. Elementary education shall be compulsory, and this technical and professional education shall be generally available, and higher education shall be equally accessible to all on the basis of merit. So, right to education is also observed under economic and social rights as a matter of human rights. Coming to Article 27. Right to participate in cultural life. Everyone has the right to freely participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy his arts and to share in scientific and advancement of his benefits. So everybody has got that right to protection of their moral and material interests, which result in scientific and literary and artistic production of if he is an author or an artist. Right to a social and international order. Article 28 gives this privilege in which the rights and freedoms are set forth in this declaration to be fully realized. We have other concluding provisions which are under Article 29 and 30. Article 29 gives us the limitations of these declaration. So, certain limitations to these rights and freedoms by providing that everyone has duties to the community for which alone and full development of his personality is possible. But Article 29 provided those rights should be provided to the individual subject to the just requirements of morality, public order and general welfare in a democratic society. So all these provisions of rights has been given by the Universal Declaration of Human Rights to enjoy in a just and equitable manner, but not to violate these rights, taking as a more freedom. Coming to Article 30, which gives us the interpretation of these rights. Nothing in this declaration can be interpreted as implying for any state, group or person and any right to engage in any activity or to perform any act aimed at the destruction of any rights and freedoms for all those things which are already set forth. So these are all the provisions which are given under Universal Declaration of Human Rights to ensure all the humans get equal rights.